What's up, everybody? It's your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog. We got new glasses, baby. And today we're hitting up not one but two topics. A CNBC article said the rich people are less likely to see you. They're less likely to be emotionally sympathetic to your problems because they focused on something else. Number two, Todd Capital posted about today about one, stop counting another man's pockets, which I thought was hilarious. But he also pointed out a great book, The Jewish Phenomenon, and how in The Jewish Phenomenon, Jewish people look at having a business as serving, as service, like serving each other, service to their community, being of service. And one of the things is when they don't have money, which money is just a tool, they are naked to their enemy. They are, listen to me, when Jewish people don't have money, they are naked to their enemy. Now, what does that mean? I want to hit the first part before I hit the second part. And definitely like the video. That helps me so much. It's 25 of y'all on. Hit the like button. I'd love it. First, when that means you're naked in front of your enemy, and there's great quotes out of this book. I'll do a whole video on this book once in the future. When you're naked in front of your enemy, that means you're doing jobs you don't like. You're doing activities you don't like. You're spending time away from the children that you've born out of your body. You're doing things outside of what you want. Now, listen, everybody's life has a degree of doing what they do not want to do. But if the bulk of your life is doing what you do not desire to do because of money, because you don't have money, so you're doing jobs you hate, you're doing activities you don't respect yourself for, you are falling to your enemy. I love that concept. You are not being of service. If you are being of service to fellow people, people will take care of you. Now, many people say, well, Erica, nah, man, I've been being nice to people, taking good care of people. No, wait a minute. Product and services. A lot of times people want to complain about black businesses owners or Latino business owners, but at the end of the day, it's all about product and service. Am I creating a service? Are you being served? That's all that matters. Focus on service. Focus on being of service, and you will get the rewards. A lot of times people want to make that online money. They want to like do something and set it and forget it and never be bothered with people. And that's not being of service. You're only going to get paid so much for doing tasks that don't require you to be of service. Period. And there's a reason why I'm very big on people investing whatever money you have, being smart enough to realize even if someone doesn't like you, or let's say you're like, Erica, I'm having a hard time finding a job in my field. Are there ways you can be of service so you're not without money, so you're not having to do things you do not like or would respect yourself for money? That's the key here. Money gives you options. Money is not everything, but money gives you options. And that's what you need here is options. Options for freedom, options for opportunity. It ain't just for vacation. It ain't just for stunting on them. It's options. And many people are counting, as Dame Dash would say, counting other people's pockets instead of focusing on their own. Right now, people are making fun of Black China because she hit her car that she got from Rob via all this exchange and hit somebody at, Carowinds or Six Flags. And so they were making fun like Rob and his mom's going to be at court, getting them. Getting that chow or getting money back. And I thought that was funny because everybody's laughing, but you're not in Black China's position. You don't have a house that's paid for by somebody else, a mansion. You don't have cars, not one car, but like 4 or 5 cars paid by other people that are paid cash. You aren't being paid thousands of dollars by Instagram influencers. Where are your position to be making fun of this woman? You're counting someone else's pockets and telling them what you would do with it. And that there, my boys and girls. That there, my boys and girls, is a no-no. What you do is be of service, stay in your lane. And the more you're in your lane and you're being of service, the more comes to you. The more comes to you every day when I open up my emails. And like bing, 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 bing. People either want me to be of service to them. People want me to help them. That's how I get paid. Do you see what I'm saying? Being of service, providing a service. The books, the courses, the everything. These are things that provide a service and help other people. It is sharing knowledge. Hey, I learned this tip. Let me help you learn it too. Let me help you get the information I got, and I'm willing to give it to you for a price Because if I gave it to you for free, you would not value it. You would toss it aside. How do I know? I have a couple free courses on my websites, on my links that you can click below. Guess what happens? When people take the free stuff, they look at maybe 1 or 2 pages and then they... So I already know the free stuff does not work. And when people say, Erica, I need more testimonials, for what? You're not that person. It does not matter what that other person's testimonial says because it's not you. You're counting someone else's pockets. You're trying to justify your purchases off other people's purchases. That's called following the Jones. Find what you can do well, be of service, and line yourself up accordingly. Does that make sense, everybody? Like, be of service. Like, that's the number one thing you can do. And how do you be of service? You find more people you can serve every day. When people say, man, how can you get on this channel? And then you make the phone calls, and then you're doing credit repair, and you're working real estate stuff, and tax lien. Easy. I line my day up. I schedule myself. I schedule my walks. I schedule my lunches. You know, it's funny. Every restaurant I go into, I'm eating there about 3 o'clock to 4. And people will be like, oh, hey. Because it'll be dead. It'll be dead. Everybody done went back to work. Everybody done went back to work. Do you see what I'm saying? Everybody done did that. So the funny thing about it is when you are outside the norm or whatever, many people don't realize there's countless people out there making way crazy bank. They're making crazy bank, but they're not willing to share with people. Why? Because people don't want to put any skin in the game. People don't want to really learn. They just want a quick answer, or they just want to hop over because that's the thing. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like people are trying to, people really try to skip the hard part, skip the work. And you can't skip the work. You just can't. There's no place for me to tell you but skipping the work. Positive mental attitude. There you go, Don. Positive mental attitude. And here's the thing. Todd even said it in there. He posted on Facebook today somewhere. He hasn't met anybody who's a realist who's made massive success. And that's truth. Because a lot of times a realist is like, this is realistic. I can go be an accountant because this is realistic. And you need a little bit of realism in your life. Sometimes you might need it in a spouse, you might need it in you. But let me see where this can go. Only in America do we say, well, I only want to grow this much. A bonsai tree, a pine tree, any kind of tree, walnut tree, they trying to grow all over the place. Only in America do we say, I want to fit into this little box, and that is where I will be. And I will be content and happy. A lot of times when people are like, hey, I want to retire in 5 years, Erica, I'm like, that's good. But I want to retire with this little bit of money. And I'm like, that's all you want? There's nothing wrong with having a baseline, but give yourself the options. What if y'all get in a car accident? What if y'all want to go live overseas for a year? What if something happens to one of your children? What if your kid wants to go to Harvard? Grow to the fullest of your extent by being of service. Because 80% of people ain't trying to be of service. They trying to show up to work and get a check right then and now. And what do I mean? A lot of times, if I've had people say, well, hey, if you do this, I'll do this, kind of tit for tat. And I'm like, where's the value in that? Really what you're trying to do is barter with me. And I don't want to barter with you. I'm trying to build relationships. And I've been in several phone calls, several masterminds, several groups where it is building relationships that I can go right now and go to Tampa and buy a house. I can go to Ohio and work with somebody and buy a house. I could work with Todd Capital Group and go buy a house. I could go over here to Arizona and buy a house. Why? Because I know people on the ground, and because I've been of service, and because I'm willing to build a relationship, and I'm willing to make phone calls, and I'm willing to work with people. That is where the gold is. That's where the gold is. That's just where the gold is. So, let me get to the part 2 of this, because I ain't gonna be here all day. I'm in traffic. I'm just trying to get it out there for y'all before I get on another call. Rich people are less likely to see you. That's a study they did, and they said, wow, rich people are less likely to see you. That sounds horrible. And it says working class people are more likely to be empathetic and have, like, hey, yeah, I understand. Now this plays back into, again, where I was talking about the credit repair groups and the financial, where people really wanted you to pat them on their back. What people really want you to make them feel better about their bad economic decisions. And that's not what this is about. It is not making you feel better for your bad economic decisions that you have made. It is about you learning, taking that L, and keep it moving. And I get why people are so empathetic in those groups. It makes sense because other people have been in the same place. Same thing with Dave Ramsey, people sharing their story, how they messed up, all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, if we give you a bunch of baby sympathy, you will not have learned. You will just be like, we in a bad Wi-Fi spot, but I'm going to just keep going. All right. So why do I believe this article about rich people are less likely to see you, more focused on things? Because what it takes to become rich, the amount of focus, the amount of drive, the amount of hammering you would have to do to get yourself to the 1%. Now, 1% is like $258,000 a year. It's really even less than that because few people make it. And it puts you in the top 10-ish percent. It don't put you in the 1-ish percent. It puts you like in the 10-ish percent. But then to get above that, like get $1 million business, like you've seen these people on FBA and YouTube and I'm a Bitcoin millionaire. You're a liar. Like, I'm a FBA millionaire. Show me the receipts. Show me the net. Don't show me the gross, because anybody can sell 1 million of these little shades I'm wearing right here. Anybody can sell 1 million of these, but what's the cost after you shipped it? What's the cost after you package it? What's the cost after it comes here? What's the cost of taxes at the dock? Like, be honest with yourself that you guys, some of y'all know that's not true. Okay? Now, why are rich people less likely to see you? Because they are on their focus. They are on their grind. And if it doesn't fit in their equation, they're not focused on it. I can tell you right now, I've been to the gym and I've been so in focus that this guy came over and was like, man, you did really good. Like, could you look at this position I'm getting ready to do real quick? I'm like, thank you. How little did I know he was seeing how focused I was every time I go in there do deadlifts, that he was like, this is a person that is serious about her stuff. She didn't come in here to play. She didn't come in here to flirt. She didn't come in here to do all that. She came in here to work out. And that's how focused you have to be. And the reason rich people are less likely to see you, because they're on their narrow grind, and people create the reality they want to be a part of. Let me say that again. People create the reality they want to be a part of. Now, I'm not saying there's not trouble in this world. I'm not saying there's issues. But when you got a certain amount of money, you can live in a certain neighborhood. You can eat at certain restaurants. You can only associate with certain type of women. The reason you see so many men and women so angry online is they don't make enough money, they are not fit enough, and they do not have the qualifications to deal with the certain type of women or certain type of men they want. That's just 100. I know a guy who is a football player for Miami Dolphins, and even though he was sitting on the bench, he's been sitting on the bench for 5 years, homeboy has a life that is different from everybody else because he saves his checks. He knows he's not going to play forever. And people would be like, man, you living on that side of town? What do you do with your money? Stacking it, saving it, focused. I'm here to work out. I'm here to get off this bench. I'm tired of being number 3 string. I'm trying to keep my position. And he has a different life than some of those guys out there chasing women, buying apartments in different cities. Because if you think about it, if you're a football player and you're making $300,000 a year, and some girl lives in some $800 apartment, girl, don't you worry, I'll pay your rent for 10 months. That's they be stunting on them because that's an easy win. Now all homegirl got to do is keep looking nice and pay her utilities. That's a real thing that really happens. I know y'all don't believe it, but like, I know some football players, and they really live like that. They don't even get to spend time with those girls that much because she's in another city, but they feel like the champ because they send in a check, okay? So here's the deal. Please send some likes on these videos. It cracks me up because I think YouTube algorithm is changing a little bit, and, they want you to have some likes. Sorry, people are driving like reckless. My bad for your ears. Okay, so here's the other side of that. You can create the life you want for your children. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of times, like if you listen to Dave Chappelle say, his parents were wealthy enough to move them out of one neighborhood and be poor black people in a neighborhood full of white people. And at the time, people are laughing because it's a funny joke. But what they don't realize is his parents gave him networking. That's what they did. That's why people try to move to these neighborhoods, because they want their kids networking with people not like them. I went to a private school, a Christian private school. Say what you will, I learned golf and tennis. That was a part of my curriculum. And when I tell people that, they look at you crazy because the stuff their kids learning at school, they think is vital for sure. But golf and tennis, what is that? How does that play in your life, Erica? Because that's where the meetings are being held. That's where the money's being made. Is when you're meeting with Bob and Bob's uncle and cousin and you're playing tennis together. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to hook your son or daughter up with this job paying $50,000 a year entry level, and they've stressed out of college with no experience. Because let's not get it twisted. 80% of jobs come from referrals, and they come from recommendations in-house. That means you already got a job in-house and they just moved you up, okay? So that's why I'm always hyping on y'all to get on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn be looking a little beige when I'm on there. And there's no need for it because there's so many of you who are qualified and have professional titles and are good people. Like, if you lose your job today and you try to jump on there and do all this connecting, that you're doing it late. You're doing it backwards. Do it now while you're in great position to do it. Do it now. Get on LinkedIn. Connect with people. Go to these different meetings, because, again, the reason wealthy people are less likely to see you is because they don't have to see you. I know that sounds terrible, but they don't have to. They go work out with their personal trainer. They go do their things. They go to their particular gyms. Austin, Texas. I'm in Austin, and I'll give you the 411. 1928, they forced all the black people and Hispanic people to the east side of town. What's going on the east side of town? It floods. It floods. They didn't want that side of town. They didn't want that land. So that's where they bought people out of their land, forced them into those sides of town. Now, many people don't think that's like, oh, Erica, that seems dramatic. But it's just true history. It's just history, and it's just truth. You know, you take it for what it is. Now, here is the other side of that kicker. This is some of the areas that are so lucrative in this city from now on. Is like mad crazy lucrative, and you can make crazy money. You got a house that's a ran down shack and it's worth $400,000. But guess what? Grandma and grandpa, their credit ain't in position, their money ain't in position, they can't refinance these houses. So again, the reason people are less likely to see you is because you're not in position. Get in position. Get yourself acquainted with the information you need to get in position, and then get in position. Period. I mean, again, here in Austin, when the bombing happened, a whole side of town didn't even care. They even marked it as something else, like, oh, we don't even know what it is. If that bomb had hit that West Lake in Austin, if that bomb had hit BKs, if that bomb had hit Hill Country, where there's $1 million homes, I assure you, it'd have been a lockdown on the city, okay? They were not going to play that in Westlake or lots of other places. Now, being careful here, being real careful. There's an article that I was talking about where it had, what was the article saying? It was talking about Greenville, South Carolina. It was talking about Greenville, South Carolina, and it's talked about Clemson University. If anybody doesn't know where Clemson University is, Google Clemson University. Clemson has won football championships almost back to back. They lost one year, came back again, and won again against Alabama. Nobody's done that, but guess what it did? It's bringing all these college students coming. They coming for the Clemson. They like, I got to be in the orange Clemson. Now, what's happening to all the east sides? What we just talked about for Austin. What's happening to all those areas that you would consider the east side? They're going through the roof. But I don't feel any sympathy for those people because, again, you're in a $35,000 house that you got from your grandma or grandpa. Now that house is worth $200,000, $300,000. And guess what? It's the maintenance. A lot of times these people are willing to sell these homes for $30,000 in Houston and all these cities because they refuse to do basic maintenance. When you walk by a house and you refuse to put blinds and curtains and clean your front yard or get the crap out of your front yard or just do basic maintenance, yes, somebody wealthy is ignoring you because you are ignoring the gold mine in front of your face. Yes, they're ignoring you. Yes, they're going to come to your neighborhood and offer you $30,000 because you don't even respect what you live in. So you can check all those articles out. But again, when you don't have money, which is just a tool, and if I can ever get that through your mind, it's just a tool. If you can find a friend or a family or somebody to loan you $10,000, 15, 20, 30 grand and keep it moving, and you just make payments to them, and you show them you're willing to do whatever it takes to make those payments to them, you can go wherever. You can go wherever. You can do whatever. You can win. There's no reason why y'all cannot win in this economy. There's countless ways to win. Choose one. Like, just choose one. Any of them would work. Choose one. So again, are rich people less likely to see you? Possibly, if you're not in their lane, if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not taking care of the property you live in, if you ain't got no money, well, why would they be focused with you? Now, I'm going to say this, and this is a quote you can look up from Joe Rogan. Bad luck. He said, if you meet somebody that every day, every time they're around you, they got a bad luck, they got a bad break, they got a bad story, get away from them. Because some of that is creating your own environment. Some of that is creating your own stuff. Some of that is cycles and patterns. And if they're not willing to take extreme responsibility for their situation, run from them. There was a season in my life here in Austin where something was always happening to me. And you know what I did? I just shut up. I didn't talk about it anymore. I just started working, which was driving everybody crazy. Like, why are you working like this so hard? Because I know it's an energy thing. It's an energy thing. It's a push thing. If I keep talking about bad things happen to me, bad things will keep happening to me. If I keep putting my nose to the grind and work, all of a sudden, when you got 4 and 5 and 6 grand, it elevates the problem you're in. All of a sudden, you're out of that problem. Many of you have $1,000 problem, but because you refuse to go work a second job or go work part-time hours somewhere or go do Uber or Lyft or DoorDash, you keep having this problem that could be solved with probably an extra $1,000 a month. It just is what it is. That's the truth of it. So again, why are people not seeing you, the people you want to see you? Because you don't take yourself seriously. How do you take yourself seriously? Create a system for your day. What are the tasks you must do in a day to make sales for your business, to get your business where it needs to be, to do what you have to do to be free? You can be free. This is America, y'all. And I'm in a spot where the internet is bad. Verizon better get on the ball or I'm going to be upset. So look, I can't be here forever. I'm going to check over some of your comments real quick, but I got to go because the internet is terrible over here. Good evening. Type Thomas went to Amazon and saw the thumbnail. Hey, mind over matter. Another drive-by. Pew, pew, pew. Mike Polar. Mind over matter. Listen, testimonials are great, right? But 90% of testimonies, I can tell you right now, are bunk. I can tell you right now, I know a lot of people who've paid good money for testimonials on their book on Amazon and on their websites. And they've been like, hey girl, don't worry, let me hook you up with these testimonials. And I'd be like, for real, y'all? Is it that serious out here? We paying people to lie like that? But yeah, it helps with your rankings, it helps with stuff. But yeah, if you bought the book off Amazon, which 112 of you have off Amazon, thank you. Please go back and leave a review. I've even hit up and showed on Instagram. But again, y'all, the internet is going to kick me off here again shortly. So let me look up real quick. Let me see. Key, I bought 2 courses. Thank you. Positive mental attitude. VC, I do believe there's a handful of people that do actually complete the course. I can actually go see the metrics to see how much of the course you've done. But I can tell you right now, 90% of the people they got like 10% in. There's only like 20 people who got really into it. All right, let's see. Preach, thank you. Real life. Tony Robbins, listen. Tony Robbins is on a vibe level that I don't even think I can get on. Tony Robbins is on a vibe level where people are paying him. There's a CEO paying him $1 million a month to just fly out and talk to him. That's a vibe level that if I ever get on it, holy moly, you might never see me on YouTube ever again. You don't even know. That's a serious vibe level. That's like next level. Mind over matter, went to private school too. Yeah, and you get to private school and you realize 90% of people there, they ain't that bright. And it's just a small class size. So you have this opportunity to do book reports. You have this opportunity to do all kind of stuff you want because it's a small class size. Talk that talk. There you go. She got referrals from her uncles. Skills first. Again, listen. Everything comes down to skill and how you present yourself, how you dress yourself. I know many people hate hearing You know, I got to wear suits. I make money. I don't have to do all that. But here's the deal. You're just trying to get your foot in the door. You're just trying to get your foot in the door. Just get your foot in the door, and then you can do what you want. But many of you want to do what you want, have dreadlocks to your butt, have beards that look like Barney McFife, who knows, whatever, crazy beards on your face, and then go, people aren't giving me a chance, Erica. Well, I don't know. Are you in the theme or the scheme of what their business is looking for? Not looking like that, you ain't. So, you know, I understand the business owner's position, and I understand your position. You're wanting to get the respect that you deserve. You want to be noticed by rich people, by everybody, really. You want to have empathy. I get you. I feel you. If anybody feels you, I feel you. But how do you get the respect of people who are on their hustle, who are focused, who are making millions of dollars? You got to be active in this economy, and you got to be of service. There's people I know that make so much money being of service. And what do I mean? Painting houses, construction, fixing houses, doing $20,000 remodels. My friend makes a ton of money doing 20,000 remodels. He does a remodel a month almost. He's making significant money, but it's because he's being of extreme service, y'all. And he don't even got skills to remodel. He just got skills to get on the phone. He knows a little bit, but not a ton. So anyways, you guys, be of service. Get your face out there in the place. Be in proper presentation. And you can get what you want. Do you see what I'm saying? You're giving up people what they want, you get what you want. Jim Rome, all day. Do that. Do what it takes to get what you want. And be clear about what are the tasks you're doing all day to even get there. You know, if you're being honest with yourself, 90% of us spend an hour goofing off doing something every day. You know, something, chilling in the house, drinking coffee, chilling. There's a lot of spaces in your schedule that you are not being productive. So find a way to be productive again. This is Erica from the Classy Climb blog. Listen, if you need credit repair, it's in the links below. If you want the tax lien course so you can start putting your money to work for you because you want it to work, do that. It's always the links below. If you want to get on the phone with me and a consult, links are always below. Why? Because some of y'all, by the time we get on the phone and talk for 30 minutes an hour, we done figured it out. We done worked out that problem in your life. Because a lot of times what's happening is you don't have anybody to talk to. You don't have anybody to talk to. And if you tell your mama, she's like, that's nice. You tell your uncle, that's nice. You need to talk to someone who's doing business, who's in the business field, who's actually thinking and creating and coming in with plans and have a way to serve you. So everybody, this is Erica, Classy Climb blog. If you want to be of service, share some of these videos, hit that like button, subscribe, grab some services, or grab that Smartphone Millionaire book that's on the thumbnail because it's so good. Thank you, 50 ski. I appreciate that. Thanks for visiting us today. Everybody, have a great day.